G'day folks, welcome back. My name's Simon. If you happen to be new here, this channel's all about motorcycles, adventure, camping and touring. Quite obviously, I'm not on my motorcycle camping or touring right at this moment, but my life is an adventure. Like, you know, it's always an adventure. So there's that. So since the last time I did one of these face-to-face videos for you guys, lots of things have happened. The last one of these videos I think I recorded on my phone from memory, and at the time I was on some pretty serious painkillers and hobbling around using crutches just so I could stand upright. And I wanted to be able to give you guys a bit of an update as to what's happened since then and let you know where things are going. So unfortunately this week there won't actually be a normal video. I wanted to be able to put this video out to explain why, but also to give you guys the update that you so rightly deserve, because the last update that I did, I'd just come out of hospital where I'd been for 8 days. And like I say, I was on some pretty serious painkillers, and as such, I wanted to just be able to give you this update and let you know what's happened. So, first of all, I ended up in hospital because I got a systemic infection. So an infection that was basically running through my entire body, and the hospital didn't manage to find out what caused the infection, where it came from, or anything. However, the doctors, the specialists, were almost 100% positive that the systemic infection is what caused my back to spasm on me. Unfortunately, that has caused some damage. I do have at the moment a disc in the L5-S1 joint that is actually pushing on the nerves for my legs. So I do still get some twingy pain in my thighs, and I can't really feel my thighs properly. They're half numb. So there is I'm waiting to see it. Is it a neurologist, neurosurgeon? I don't know. Waiting to see a specialist to determine whether or not they're going to have to operate to try and fix this problem so that I can have proper use of my legs back and have proper feeling back in my legs. Now that isn't stopping me from riding, so don't need to worry about that. I am still getting some pain, and I'm still having to take regular painkillers just to be able to function normally day to day. I'm literally going through a box of Panadol Osteo, you know, or paracetamol Osteo, going through a box of that about once a month, which isn't brilliant, but it keeps me functioning. And when the pain gets too bad, obviously I've got something slightly stronger to take. So, you know, it's all good. Anyway, so after I got off the crutches and I could walk again without having to use the crutches, just to be able to stand up, so as my back started to recover, I'd been in the hospital and then out of the hospital on a really strong dose of broad-spectrum antibiotics to kill the infection that caused all of this to begin with. Unfortunately, antibiotics kill the good bacteria in your body as well as the bad bacteria. And what happened then was that I ended up back at the hospital. They didn't admit me, but it was close, because I ended up with another infection, and it was not a good infection to have. It's an infection that can kill you and does kill a lot of people, particularly the frail and infirm, which I'm not, so I was very lucky. And they put me onto antibiotics that are known as the last line of defense. I mean, they're really, really seriously strong antibiotics, and they come with all sorts of fun, you know, side effects. And so I ended up on those for another 10 days to basically flush this other nasty bug out of my system. You then get even more fun side effects when you come off those antibiotics. They're really that bad. But I managed to get over all of that. But this in total took me 7 to 8 weeks of basically being really, really crook from start to finish, you know, with everything that went on. But it's all good. I'm now on the mend again. I'm literally feeling good. I've started back at the gym again because the thing with my back basically scared me enough to think, right, well, I want to go back to the gym. I want to build my strength back up. So, you know, we're working on the muscles, you know. I actually stopped going to the gym in December 2019, just after the bushfires and just before COVID started. So, I mean, it's been a while. And, well, let's say the first workout at the gym, I spent a week not being able to straighten my arms properly or bend my arms properly because it hurt too much. But that was good in the long run because it showed me just how much I really needed to be back in the gym. And as I may or may not have mentioned in the last video, I actually ran out of money on my Round Australia trip when I got to Alice Springs. Part of that was because I spent too much money staying in motels in Victoria because I was stuck in Victoria for a month, and that took a lot of my money. Part of it was doing some other things that I did on my way through traveling that, you know, probably spent more money than I should, but you'll see when the videos come out why I did it. However, I called in to see my old boss in Alice Springs from when I lived here before, and my old boss said, come back, I need you, come back. Really convenient because I just ran out of money, right? So I went back to my old job from 8 years ago, and it's a job that I absolutely love. I won't mention the name of the company because the company has social media policies and procedures and that sort of thing. And look, I don't have a problem with that. I'm not an authorised representative of the company. I'm sure there will be bits and pieces of it that will appear in videos because that's the nature of things. And in fact, there's a video I did with somebody the other day, another motorcycle traveller, around the world traveller. And I might actually dump that in this week as well. And I was actually wearing my uniform from that company, but I can blur that out, you know. But anyway, so I went back to that job, and it's a job that I absolutely love because I'm driving coaches. So I'm not mentioning the name, I'm driving coaches, and I get to interact with human beings, with people, you know, and that's good. I like talking with people, I like interacting with people, and as such, you know, I wanted to be able to do that for a while again. And look, I will come back with a further update on what exactly is going to happen with my round the world trip, but even just finishing the rest of Australia. But what will probably happen is when the videos that I've recorded that are still needing to be edited get to Alice Springs, which is where I'm at right now, I will probably finish season 2 of my videos. And then I will have a series of little video trips in and out of Alice Springs, going out to all the gorges and all of the, you know, all of the fun stuff that you can do in and around Alice Springs, because it's a fascinating area. There's a lot of fascinating stories and a lot of history and a lot of culture to explore here. So I'm going to be here for a little while. So don't fret though, because obviously season 2 will continue until I get the videos to Alice Springs. And considering that the current video that was released last week was me on the Great Ocean Road in Victoria, there's still a lot of video to go. I'm probably going to shorten things and lengthen things and skew it all around a bit to make it all fit, but season 2 will finish up, I think, when I get to Alice Springs. Season 3 will be the next part of the trip around Australia, and I have plans for that. But I will come back to those plans, and I will give you more detail about that at some point soon. But right now, the important thing for me to really get across to you is, like I say, unfortunately this week there is no Rise of the Phoenix video to come out, because I've been absolutely flat out at work. I literally just finished this morning at 8 a.m. from driving all night. It's currently 20 to 11 in the morning. So if I look a little bit tired, that's why. I've literally just driven a coach all night through the desert. I have worked flat out this week, and I will also be working flat out for the next week before I get some time off again. But look, I want to get back to getting 2 videos out a week. I just need to be able to sit down and edit up a whole heap of videos to try and get some things uploaded and start getting back to that again. But I don't want this video to go on too long. It's just a face-to-face, you know, sit down and give you an update and let you know what's happening. But look, I'm on the mend. I'm, like I say, back at the gym again, trying to get my health back on track again, and I will get the videos back up and going very, very shortly. And next week, everything will be back to normal. So until then, look, thank you very much for your support. Thank you for reaching out to me, those people who have, to check that I'm doing okay. It means the world to me. I'm very, very sorry that there isn't a normal episode this week. But until next week, and until we meet again, get out there, ride safe, and live your own adventure.